This is the video review for Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Class Cliffjumper. I will not be taking in the First Edition figure to compare with this figure in this review, because if I do that, I'm just going to say this figure sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. Because in comparison, it's not as good as First Edition figure. I want to focus on this figure and its merits and this figure alone. So, this car mode is very nice. It has panel lines, but they all make sense. Rolls very well. And the only problems I have is that I would have preferred if the windshields were darker, like a real car would, because all cars have at least a little bit, most cars have at least a little bit of tint. And the hole here and the hole here, those holes are because he comes with a weapon that stores in the most ludicrous way possible. I don't mind this hole so much because it almost looks like it's a gas hole. Yeah, that's great. You know what I'm talking about. It looks like one of those. I don't mind that so much because it looks like it could be something else, but this is pretty unforgivable. So, for the most part, the car mode looks really good and stays together very well. I am impressed with it. I just... Hasbro... But yeah, it's a pretty good car. It's not that big, but it's not that small either. It's bigger than Classic's Bumblebee. Let's put it that way. So to transform him, I actually really like this guy's transformation. It's very neat. First, you'll have to pull apart the back of the car and bring the trunk forward. Then you will pull the legs out. Like this. You're just untapping them from the doors here. Pull the legs out like this. And fold the feet down. Rotate them around. So these are on the inside, the exhaust pipes. And lift up the roof of the car like this. And turn the waist around. And flip these so that the smooth side faces forward. And these are the legs done. Next we will come to the top. Fold this hood piece down and fold it under this kibble back here. Unfortunately, we don't end up doing much more with this stuff. It just sort of sits on its back. It doesn't get in the way, but it's disappointing. Then we'll fold this stuff in, fold these panels out like this, and then we'll take the arms down, and I'll automorph up the head. Rotate the arms down, rotate them around, 180. And this is pretty interesting. It's like what the First Edition figure did with the legs, but with the arms instead. Fold the hand out, rotate it around, plug it in, fold the hand out, and fold the windshield down. Unfortunately, the windshield doesn't actually store on the inside of the arm. I was hoping it would, but it doesn't. Do the same to the other side. And here you have Cliffjumper in robot mode. Right. Yeah. This is Cliffjumper in robot mode. I really like that transformation. I think it's pretty fun. I wish something else happened with this kibble. It's not that obtrusive, but I wish it sort of pegged together. The best you get is a little tab on the back of the horns that moves around a lot, and it's soft plastic, so it doesn't work very well. So, you do what you can. And yeah, this is Cliffjumper. He looks fairly show accurate. I've seen worse attempts, and he doesn't look bad. Looks maybe a little strange because his forearms are so long, but he's an overall pretty good looking figure. I really like how angry his face looks. It has decent light piping too. For posability, his head can turn left a little bit, and turn right a little bit, and because of this block here from the transformation, that's about it. His arms go 360 like this, pretty unhindered. Although the ball joint has strange angles, so you will feel a little bit of resistance if you try and turn around like it's just straight through. And if you try and move the arm out, you can't do it any more than this because the wheel will bump into some of the kibble in there. The forearm can bend about that much. You can kind of finagle it to be a little bit more if you mess with a double joint, but basically this is as much as you're getting. He has a bicep swivel, and this is what I really like about this figure. He has really nice hands that have quite a bit of posability. And in fact, his hands have so much posability, he is a better swordsman than Wheeljack, who is actually intended to be a swordsman. Let me show you. Because he can bend his hand down like that, he can hold Wheeljack's sword really well in the pointing position, which is something I was really hoping that Wheeljack could do, but he can't. And then Cliffjumper also has a waist swivel. A little bit hindered, but it's nice that he has it. And then he has a basic range of motion with his legs. Back a little bit hindered by the kibble, but the kibble will move out of the way if you need it to. You can go out quite a ways. And he has a really, it actually been more than this, but because the kibble back here bumping into the foot, it won't. So he has a really nice knee. And then his foot is really nice too, because it's on a hinge here. So it'll go a ways back, a lot forward, and it's on a ball joint. So you can go side to side a lot and twist around. So his legs are really nice. I really like his legs. They do a lot to let this guy balance and pose. They make up for some of the other bad things about this figure, like his arms. So, a really quite poseable figure. Some strange limitations, but the overall package is very well done. He's not a great figure, but he is a good figure. And I really do quite like him. His actual weapon he can hold in his hand has either an axe, a hammer axe, it doesn't look that great, or as a gun. And yeah, I preferred if he just didn't come with his weapon and his alt mode looked better. Yeah, this is Cliffjumper. Really quite a nice figure. I do recommend him. Maybe you won't want to get him if you already have the first edition figure, but they're different enough that I do feel that he has something different to offer than his first edition figure, so it might be worth picking him up if you already have the first edition figure. Yeah, this is a Cliffjumper. Thank you for watching.